Lesson 9.2. Lesson 9.2 is going to be about how to multiply polynomials. An important lesson, something we're going to be doing a fair amount of in this chapter in the future. So, we'll still be dealing, remember, polynomial is an all-encompassing word of monomials, binomials, trinomials, okay? So we'll be looking at multiple different things of those, multiplying binomials or trinomials or monomials, all those different things here today. I'll show you a couple different ways to do it. And let's get started here with our first example. So let's start with, say we just have a monomial, 2x to the power of 3, multiplied here to a polynomial. So we have x cubed plus 3x squared minus 2x plus 5. Okay. So, just as we would before, we have to use the distributive property. This is immediately outside the parentheses. So I'm going to have to distribute this 2x third to each term in the parentheses. Okay. So I'm going to have a 2x to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 plus 2x to the power of 3 times 3x squared. Positive times a minus is minus 2x to the power of 3 times 2x and 2x to the power of 3 times 5. Okay. Now, obviously some of you will be able to multiply these as you go. I wanted to write it out so you could see the whole process. Okay. So we're going to use what we learned in chapter 8, right? Where we have properties of powers, or properties of exponents. So if I have x to the third times x to the third, right, we add the powers. So this is 2x to the sixth. And then I'm going to have plus 2 times 3 is 6. Again, like bases, multiplied together, add the powers. So x to the fifth minus 2 times 2 is 4. Remember, this x is to the power of 1. So this is 3 plus 1, x to the fourth. And then we have last 2 times 5 is 10, x to the third. Okay. And that would be my final answer. I've multiplied and distributed this monomial to the polynomial. Okay. So that was kind of a basic one where we just have a monomial. Let's look at two binomials multiplied together. Okay. So let's say we have x minus 4 times 3x plus 2. Now, one option here that you can do that might help some of you is to think about this, right? We're going to have to, you can always add the opposite. We talked about that yesterday. So we could change this to x plus a negative 4, right, times 3x plus 2. So we have two binomials multiplied together. We have to take the first term in the first binomial and multiply it to both things in the second binomial. So I have x times 3x, so that's 3x squared. Then I have x times positive 2, that's plus 2x. Then I'm going to have to take the second term in the first binomial and multiply it to both. So I have negative 4 times 3x. It's going to be a negative 12x. And I have negative 4 times 2. That's negative 8. Now, we didn't do anything here because all of these were different terms, right? Power 3, power 4, power 5, power 6, so we can't combine anything. Here you'll notice I do have a positive 2x plus a negative 12x. Those are like terms. I can combine those. So let's see, I have 3x squared, 2x minus 12x, it's going to be a negative 10x, so I can put plus negative 10 or just minus 10x, and then plus negative 8, so minus 8. And that would be my final answer. Okay. Another way that you can do this is it's kind of called, I don't know, I call it the box method, or some people call it table. But something you can do is, say we have 3a plus 4, a minus 2. Right, so we can make a box here. And take your first binomial. I made it 2 by 2 because it's a binomial and a binomial. So I take 3a and a positive 4. And on the top, I'll write the second binomial, a. And if I change this to plus, add the opposite, it would be negative 2. So I'm just going to write this as negative 2. Okay. So a times 3a is 3a squared. Negative 2 times 3a is negative 6a. A times 4, 4a. 2 times, or negative 2 times 4, negative 8. Okay. And now we can combine like terms. I have 3a squared, negative 6a, and positive 4a is going to be minus 2a minus 8. Okay. And you can see I've kind of done these slightly different ways. We can use this for binomials, trinomials, either method, right? I could add on a box if it was a trinomial if I needed to. So let's look at a binomial multiplied by a trinomial, and I'll show you one last way that you can do this here. And I want to give you some different methods just so that you can choose which works best for you. Hopefully you don't find it too confusing showing the different methods. So let's say that we are going to have b squared plus 6b minus 7 times 3b minus 4. Okay. So we could do it like we did before here, where we take the first term and distribute it to both, right? So I could think about that b squared, all right? B squared times 3b, that's 3b, power of 2, power of 1, 3b cubed. Okay. Then I can take the b squared, multiply it to the negative 4, it'd be negative 4b squared. Then I have the 6b. 6b times 3b, 18b squared. Let me take 6 here, negative 24b. And then I can take the third term, and this would be negative 7 times 3b minus 21b. Negative 7 times negative 4 is plus 28. Right, from here, you have to find your like terms. I have b squareds, b's, so I get 3b cubed, negative 4b squared plus 18b squared is going to be 14b squared, negative 24 and negative 21b, that's minus 45b plus 28. and that would be my answer. Alright, now, just to show you, alright, that's the same way we did it with this binomial up here. Alright, to show you one last way that you could do this is similar to where I was showing you that vertical method from yesterday. We could set it up like a multiplication problem. So we have b squared. What is a multiplication problem? But like you would setting it up maybe for a multiplying 3-digit by a 2-digit number in grade school times 3b minus 4. Okay. So if we do this here, right, we can multiply just like we would. Negative 4 times negative 7, positive 28. Negative 4 times 6, positive 6b, negative 24b. Negative 4 times b squared, negative 4b squared. Then, just as we would in multiplication, right, we got to skip the blank face value, and we're going to go here. 3b times 7, negative 7, negative 21b. 3b times 6b squared is 18b squared. 3b times b squared is, and this was a positive, is a positive 3b cubed. Alright, and you'll notice here that I made it so that the b's line up, the b squareds line up. Okay, and now it's just adding 28 plus 0, 28. Negative 24b plus negative 21b, negative 45b. Negative 4b squared plus 18b squared, 14b squared. And 3b cubed. So you see, I get the same answer either way I did this. It's just two slightly different ways of going about it. Again, with any of these, it's whatever makes the most sense for you. Alright, you can set up a box each time if that helps you. You can just make sure to distribute correctly, or you can set it up vertically to multiply. Any of those methods is fine. Alright.